Because a man will bring up a good man. It's a lot harder for a woman to bring up a good man. And this is a challenge. Islam will prevail and be the last hope for humanity. It will bring upon the earth a new golden age, and you turn the idea of a homemaker into a servant, and you call women servants and slaves when they're at home, instead of saying that they're homemakers and they're mothers and they're people who are actually bringing up the next generation of both men and women. Basically, America and Europe are going down the tubes. Canada's leading the way. Islam is the only solution. Prove me wrong. This is Tundra Talk. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alright, so it's a hot day and it's about to get hotter. And here's why. I'm going to make a claim. The United States is at a downfall and it can't bounce back from this one. And this time it's not economy, it's not just its social structure, but it's everything combined. The United States is collapsing from within, and the reason it's allowing itself to do that and justifying it is under the claim of freedom. Every problem in the United States, every issue in the United States is justified with the word freedom and their right to pursue their personal happiness. The issue is that society is not about your personal happiness. It's not about your personal freedom. Society is something that everybody has to come together and work together, whether they like it or not, so that the society can function properly. What the US is doing with its claim to freedom, slowly but surely, is destroying its own society. It's melting it from within. We've already reached the point of no return, but what's going to happen is it's going to collapse in on itself. And there will be nothing there to fill the void except Islam. Now, why Islam? Is it because Muslims won't sacrifice their values? Muslims will hold true to what they believe and they'll fight for it and they won't take any BS from anybody? Well, yes, that's true, but that's not why. Islam will prevail, and this is a challenge. Islam will prevail and be the last hope for humanity. It will bring upon the earth a new golden age. A new golden age. Because every problem that faces humanity, name a problem, any problem that faces humanity in the West or anywhere in the world can be solved by implementing the Islamic system. The entire Islamic system. Not bits and pieces. It won't work. Unless that happens, the entire world is going to go down the gutter. Prove me wrong. Find one problem that Islam cannot fix. One problem for humanity that Islam does not get rid of. And better yet, find me one problem in the West today that is not caused or defended or protected, or in other words, enabled because of democracy, freedom, capitalism. The other problem is, in the West, the only people trying to find somewhat of a solution are traditional, mostly Christian people. And I don't have a problem with that. Trying to solve the problem, that makes sense. I mean, pushing back on these agendas that we're seeing, this LGBT whatever agenda, and trying to keep it out of our schools, trying to keep it away from our kids when parades are coming out and saying we are coming for your children. you know, it makes sense. Muslims are pushing back as well, as a minority in the West. But the thing is that the idea of freedom, saying it's their right to do what they think is, you know, as long as they're not harming anyone else. Thing is that they are harming other people by demolishing society and diminishing the concept of a family, diminishing the concept of a traditional family. This is, it's real weird how we you know, the people here in the U.S. Who are against you know, transgender, multi-gender, identifying as whatever, I don't know, identifying as a tree. People who are against this, they say, you do what you want, just don't push it on me. The thing is that they are pushing. You're playing defense, they're playing offense, and they're doing it infinitely. Imagine if you were playing, you know, football on a football team, and the offensive team had an infinite number of attempts to score a touchdown. It's not 4 downs, it's infinity downs. Eventually, they're going to score a touchdown. The same thing happened with gay marriage. All right, go 10, 15 years back, gay marriage was a big no-no. That's not going to happen. It can't be legislated. Why? Because who's to say tomorrow you can't marry a dog, or, you know, say that, you know, marry your sister or marry a toaster. That was the argument. But eventually it turned into, well, it's their freedom, it's their choice, they're not harming anyone else, so let them. Thing is that they are harming other people because they want to survive, their ideology wants to survive. They don't make their own kids, they're coming for yours. So what if you don't say no from the beginning and you say it's okay just as long as you stay away from me, that's not realistic. Realistically, that is not going to work. So yeah, the world is falling apart. Now, the only way to solve our problems is to implement the Islamic system from a realistic standpoint. I'm not just saying that out of belief in Islam, I'm saying that that is the only way society will succeed. No bloodbath, no war, no harm to anybody, just implementing the right set of laws. And the problem is, what stands in the way in the United States, and this is why I said that the fall of, you know, the fact that the society of the West is going down the tubes is that they will not budge. The United States especially, and the rest of the Western world will not budge on the idea of democracy. Because who's to say your rules are better than anyone else's, right? But the issue is what are the better set of rules for society, not for you as an individual? Because as long as we keep talking about us as individuals, well, we're going to keep having this same problem. It's going to just get worse and worse, and there's nothing we can do about it. And eventually, people will wake up. They will wake up. People on their own. Nothing has to happen. No wars have to happen for this to occur. Eventually, people will realize that the Islamic system of law, way of life, faith, religion, the whole deal, the whole package, is the only solution. It'll end poverty, it'll end homelessness, it'll end racism, it'll bring in coexistence. People will actually be able to live together. It'll actually enforce human rights in the world. It'll end the few controlling the majority, hence technically enslaving everybody. Now, I'm not against freedom in the sense that we need to enslave people. I'm not, no, that's not Islam. Freedom is the opposite of slavery. Freedom is freeing yourself from the constructs around you. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, and that's some Tundra talk.